medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome in, everybody. We're at the World Baseball Academy Ash Center, Diamond number 2. This is Cougar Field for a rematch against Siena Heights. We're going to read from our game day program put together by our sports information director, Bill Scott. Says the Saints come marching in for 2 games. USF hosts Siena Heights before return to Crossroads League action. Rematch. SHU out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference is today's doubleheader test for the University of St. Francis at the World Baseball Academy Ash Center. USF is 6-14 overall, dropping a twin bill to Madonna University, also out of the WAC, 4-0 and 13-9 on this past Tuesday. The visiting Saints put a 6-6 record on the line, playing for the first time since March 13th. SHU split a home doubleheader with the Cougars, 3-2, and USF won 3-2 in 9 in game number 2. The USF win in game number 2 at Siena Heights snapped the Saints' 4-game winning streak. USF junior Noah Frymuth knocked in 6 runs in Game 2 loss to Madonna University on Tuesday. He is just the 5th USF player to record 6 or more RBI in a game. And we'll have more on that later in the game. Siena Heights' Brendan Green is batting .452. And teammate Logan Nolf is batting .400 with a team high 10 RBI. So that's one guy you're going to want to keep an eye on there for Siena Heights. It's Brendan Green with the 15th best batting average in the country. He'll bat out at the 3 spot. Give you the Siena Heights lineup. It's number 24, Brendan Baker, left fielder. Number 4, Trevor Hurley, your shortstop. Number 10, Brendan Green, first baseman. Number 21, Connor McCoy, the right fielder. Number 41, Logan Nolf, the center fielder. Number 15, Riley Overacre, the DH. Number 25, Nick Olson, third baseman. Number 11, Weston Cook, the second baseman. And batting in the 9 hole is Colin Bammer. They're going to face the battery of number 7, Dane Hoffman. Hoffman, a senior pitcher from Bluffton, Indiana, Bluffton High School, stands 5'11", 180. Entering today, Dane with a 6.94 ERA, 0 complete games under his belt, 11.2 innings under his belt with 9 runs, all of those earned, 10 hits, walking 7, striking out 11. And he has a series high 8 hit batsmen on the season. So once again, to lead it off here, number 24, Brendan Baker. He's an outfielder. Baker's listed as a righty. I think this is going to be the second batter, Trevor Hurley. All right, so I missed something here. Sidearm delivery. Low and inside for ball 1. Folks, we do have live stats on the game changer. The second pitch, lazy fly to Brady Harris for out number 1. Hey, can you guys put the game changer online? Thank you. It's going to bring up number 4, Trevor Hurley. Excuse me, that's Halvey. The shortstop. Halvey is a freshman, 6'1", 180 pounds. It's third best batting average on the team at .333. 4 hits, 3 runs scored in 12 at-bats, 1 RBI. 2 strikeouts, 0 walks for Trevor Halvey. With 1 out here at Cougar Field. Another one low and inside. Apologize about the count here. Going to get our live stream up shortly. Another one misses outside. That's ball number 3. So 3-1 your count to Halvey. Second batter of the game here for Hoffman. Slices that ball into right field. McCowan going to go down. Just gets underneath his glove. So McHale comes up firing. That'll be a 1-out double for Halvey. Nice piece of hitting there. Just started slicing away from McCowan. We do have a soggy, wet outfield. That's why we're playing on diamond number 2 today. It's going to bring to the plate Brendan Green, number 10. A righty. He's a senior, 5'10", 170 from Pickerton, Ohio, Pickerton North High School. Green batting .452, the 15th best batting average in all the NAIA. That first pitch falls in for a strike. Hoffman up in this count 0-1. Green with 19 hits, 9 runs scored, and 42 at-bats, 7 RBI, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. For Brendan Green, the senior, trying to put together an All-American senior year. 1-1's your count. Never easy for the schools up north. Number 1 school in the country is Southeastern out of Florida. They've got a 26-3 record. Faulkner out of Alabama, 22-6. Pitch fouled off, 1-2 the count now for Hoffman. St. Francis entering today with a 6-14 overall record, so 20 games under the Cougars' belt. 2-2 in the Crossroads League. We're scheduled to play one with Indiana Wesleyan tomorrow and then the doubleheader with Wesleyan on Saturday. Not sure if the game tomorrow is going to happen. Softball's already been rescheduled for following Monday. Ball fouled out of play. It's Harold Wolf at first base. QB1 from Kendallville, Indiana. Siena Heights just 6-6 on the season. Of course, with St. Francis, more than half of our games have been here at the World Baseball Academy. Would not be able to have those games if it wasn't for this artificial infield. But the outfield has taken a beating. Once it started thawing out right around the Cincinnati Christian series, really started eating up the turf in the outfield. 1-2 the count with 1 out to Brendan Green. Green rips that ball to center. Frymuth is there. There's going to be no tag up, and a wise play there by Halvey at second base. Do not want to test that arm of Noah Frymuth. Absolutely, he is the Crossroads League Player of the Week, reigning. Big Noah Frymuth. And then Lizzie Meyer from St. Francis is your Crossroads League Player of the Week in softball. Frymuth just had himself a day last Saturday at Marion. This is number 21, McCoy, Connor McCoy. He's a senior, 6'1", 215 from Highland, California, Citrus Valley High School. 0-1's your count, but 2 outs. Once again, we apologize about the flickering. It seems to be worse on diamond number 2 here. The only thing I can really chalk it up to is the amount of steel with all the fencing with these 3 fields. I've tried multiple cameras. Good pitch there by Hoffman, up 0-2. Dane Hoffman, ever since about his sophomore season, really has established himself as the ace of this staff. Been battling through some injuries, but talked to him on Tuesday. Said he's about 80%. The ball has a lot of movement with that sidearm delivery. Every single year he's amongst the tops with hitting batters. Pitch down low, going to be called ball 1. Other games in the Crossroads League, it's Cleary at Indiana Wesleyan. Seems like that should be reversed. I believe Cleary's out of Florida. Hoffman with Halvey at second. That ball going to be popped out of play. Third baseman today is Tanner Gaff. Brady Harris at short. Bova at second. Harold Wolf at first. Mikhail McCowan out in right. Frymuth in center. And Jack Harris in left field. Both Jack Harris and Noah Frymuth both went to the same high school, Bishop Dwenger, and are juniors. Mikhail McCowan went to the rival school, Bishop Lures. He's out in right field. Swing and a miss. Dane Hoffman picks up his first strikeout of the game. and sits down the Saints as we head to the bottom of the first.
Good inning, Dan. Good game. Let's go. Come on, hitters. Come on, hitters. Let's go, boys. Let's get.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back, everybody, to the World Baseball Academy Ash Center Cougar Field. We're on diamond number 2. It's going to be Mikhail McCowan, the right fielder, Tyler Prince, the DH, and Harold Wolf. Up 1-2-3. And they'll be facing number 8, Taylor Acquista. Acquista's a lefty. He's a junior, 5'11", 180 pounds. From Gahanna, Ohio, went to Lincoln High School. His battery mate is Colin Bammer, number 2. Excuse me, Bammer's number 26. He's a freshman, 5'10", 175 from Grosse Isle, Michigan. First pitch to McHale is up and out of the zone for ball 1. McHale with a .265 batting average, 13 hits, 11 runs scored, and 49 at-bats. 5 doubles and a home run on the season. Rips this ball right to the third baseman. Nearly beat that one out. Good play by number 25, Nick Olson. With 1 out, that's going to bring up number 23, Tyler Prince. Prince last year All-Crossroads League honorable mention in his true freshman season. This year, giving Coach Dustin Butcher some real quality at-bats. He's batting .327, 18 hits, 15 runs scored, and 55 at-bats with 15 RBI. He's got 5 doubles as well. 19 walks, 11 strikeouts, and he's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. 1-0 is your count. His on-base percentage is .513. That's best on the squad. His 19 walks are best for the Cougs as well. 2-0 is your count. Tomorrow they're expecting gust of winds up to 40 mile an hour. Called strike on the check swing. 2-1 the count. Dane Hoffman looking sharp there in the top of the first for St. Francis. Another one in the zone. We're evened up at 2 apiece. 2-2 from Blue. That ball sliced into right field. 1 out single for Tyler Prince. So with the runner at first base, that'll bring up Harold Wolf, first baseman. Wolfie comes in with a .283 batting average, 15 hits, 8 runs scored, and 53 at-bats. 2 doubles, 10 RBI, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts for Harold Wolf. Call him QB1, and he's still upset that he wasn't first-team all-conference after that senior season on the football field. No, he got beat out by Pearson Harnish. That's right, Pearson Harnish, the All-American linebacker, the career tackles leader for the University of St. Francis with 472 career tackles. And that's no lie. Of course, he started as a true freshman his first game. The starting quarterback is Matt Crable. His dad is Bob Crable, who is the all-time leading tackler at Notre Dame, 517 tackles. Can you imagine? 1-1's your count. They're going to check Prince back at first base because they know he's got wheels. 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Another good eye by Wolf. 2-1's the count. Bob Crable, you may not know it, but I'm sure you've seen him in some college football highlights. It was Notre Dame against Michigan, and he launched himself off the back of a defensive lineman. I swear he got about 15 feet up in the air to block a field goal. And after that, they made the rule that you cannot launch yourself off the back of a defender. It's a good rule. Prince good to go at first. Once again, your pitcher, Taylor Acquista, the lefty. That'll miss. Wolf draws the walk. We got runners at first and second base for Tanner Gaff. Acquista entering today with a 2.57 ERA. In 7 innings pitched, he's given up 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and opposing batters are batting .269 against him. Tanner Gaff, a .263 batting average for the big lefty, 10 hits, 7 runs scored, and 38 ABs. Gaff with 3 doubles, 1 home run, 10 RBI, 9 walks, 8 strikeouts for Tanner Gaff. Gaff had the big grand slam in the Goshen Series game number 1. I believe that was a 10-2 win for St. Francis. Gaff takes that one upstairs, 2-0's the count. It was a 10-2 win for Tanner Gaff. That grand slam was opposite field. Inside. Yeah, speaking of, Tanner Gaff last time out against Madonna was hit 3 times in game number 2. Went to the plate 5 times and was hit by a pitch 3 of them. Ooh, gonna check that. 3-1 now your count. Forgot to ask him how his right shoulder's feeling. He was a little annoyed by it, but never a bad thing getting on base. We got bases loaded for the Crossroads League Player of the Week, Noah Frymuth. Frymuth, a 5-tool player, coming in with a .271 batting average. That average continues to go up game by game. 19 hits, 13 runs scored, and 70 at-bats. His 70 ABs are best for St. Francis. 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 17 RBI, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, and he's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Noah Frymuth truly is the Mike Trout of the Crossroads League. He just doesn't have the money or the 14-year contract. He's got 1 more year left here at St. Francis. Started his collegiate career at Purdue. I believe he was recruited as a pitcher. Heck of a football player at Bishop Dwenger High School as well, where his high school won a state championship in his senior year. With about the biggest offensive line probably in the state that year. 2 of those linemen are playing at St. Francis. Both of them have won back-to-back national championships. So not too shabby. Acquista up in this count 0-2. 5'11", 180. Nice pitch there, the swing and a miss by Frymuth for out number 2. Brings the plate, Jack Harris. .346 batting average, which is best for the Cougs. 18 hits, 13 runs scored, and 52 at-bats, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 10 RBI. 11 walks, 16 strikeouts for Jack Harris. Looks like Aquista's starting to settle down a little bit. Finding the zone here. Not that one. Down and in for ball number 1. Harris, at one point in the season, I believe it was a 7-game hitting streak put together by the junior. Ball upstairs for strike number 2. Jack in that first game against Goshen was 4 for 5 at the plate. Slow roller picked up by Olson. Just gets him out. Olson, the third baseman, had to run all the way over for out number 3. We head to the top of the second. Cougars strand 3.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Your batter now, Logan Nolf, the center fielder, number 41. He's just a junior, 6'5", 185 from Monroe, Michigan. St. Mary's Catholic Central High School is where he studied. That pitch will miss inside for Hoffman. 1-1 your count. Dane was pretty awesome there in the first inning. Only saw 4 batters. 19 pitches, gave up the 1 hit and had the 1 strikeout. 2-1 your count. It's going to be really nice for St. Francis here getting into Crossroads League play to have an established number 1 with Anthony Miller getting better and better. Michael Vicelli. Coach Butcher in his first year really trying to round out this pitching staff here. Give himself some arms he can rely on. And we've seen some good pitching by the Cougs, especially Matt Baker. Baker, who got the win last Saturday against Marion. So Nolf was hit by a pitch there. That brings up Riley Overacre, the DH. Each team with 1 hit in this game. First pitch misses low and inside for Overacre.
Okay, here we go.
Overacre, a 138 batting average, 4 hits, 2 runs scored, and 29 at-bats with 3 RBI, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Pitch popped up and out of play. Tanner Gaff chasing after it. 1-1 your count. Cougar baseball fans, you'll want to go to stfranciscougars.com. Check out some schedule changes coming up here. Once again, I do not believe there's going to be games. I know softball's already moved theirs doubleheader versus Wesleyan to Monday. Overaker does not have a stolen base attempt on the season. That ball ripped foul just over the mitt of Harold Wolf. 1-2's your count. So it'll be 1-2 now. To Riley Overaker. Senior at 5'10", 190. Gets him looking for the second strikeout of the game. Dane Hoffman. It's going to bring up Nick Olson. Had the 2 assists there in the bottom of the first, playing a good third base for SHU, the Halos. Hoffman, the righty. Beautiful pitch. Paints the corner for strike number 1. Once again, it's Nolf at first base. Olson, shallow, and making the grab. Oh, just got under the glove of Jack Harris, who came in diving. Second hit of the game for Siena Heights. Oh, I thought Harris was going to come up with that one. He might have been less than a half a step behind that ball.
Oh boy, way to get wet!
Now the front of his jersey is going to be wet for the rest of the game. That's not good. Brings up Weston Cook with Olson at first. First pitch fouled away. Olson, 0 stolen base attempts on the season. Weston Cook, a 188 batting average, 6 hits, 3 runs scored, and 32 ABs with 4 RBIs. 0 walks, but 6 strikeouts. Just low for ball 1. Last time out for Siena Heights was once again against St. Francis. Winning it 3-2, losing it 2-3. That was back on March the 13th. It's 8 days ago. Pitch outside, 2-1 the count. Matt Vollmer, the catcher, senior for the Cougs. In that 3-2 win for St. Francis, Hoffman did get 2 innings pitched under his belt. Stopped by Vollmer. 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk, 0 strikeouts. 3-1 with 1 out to Cook. That ball sliced into right field, right in front of McCowan. He's got a force out at second and gets him. So Olson is gone on the 9-6 for the second out. Cook takes first on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Colin Bammer. Advancing to third is Nolf. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. The thing about playing outfield right now here at the World Baseball Academy, it's hard to get any traction. Ball hit over your head, it's almost going to take you 3 steps to what would usually be one step in maybe July. And now that the ground's thawing, when the ball lands in the outfield, it just stays put. Bammer's a freshman. 5'10", 175, Grosal, Michigan. Right there on the lake. Takes that first one for a ball. Bammer, 3 hits and 15 ABs with 1 RBI, 3 strikeouts, no walks. They'll check Cook back to first base. Last year in the WAC, Siena Heights, 9-19 conference record. They're 18-34 overall. They finished 9th place out of 11 teams last year. 1-1's your count. Hoffman, been rocking the stash. Fits him well. Misses outside. 2-1's the count. Second baseman Tony Bova playing towards the middle of the field. Brady Harris at his normal spot. Shortstop, right on the edge of the dirt. Gets him looking for strike number 2. 2-2 with 2 outs for Brady Harris. Oh, nice off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Hoffman's 3rd strikeout of the game. We head to the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless here from the Ash Center.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Hey, pitchers, wait.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Brady Harris at the dish. 0-1 is the count. Brady Harris doing a great job at shortstop for the Cougs ever since David Snyder ended his baseball career here at St. Francis. That ball ripped to left field for out number 1. They'll bring up Tony Bova, the senior second baseman. Bova, one of the best bunters in the Crossroads League, has a .288 batting average with 15 hits, 10 runs scored, and 52 ABs. 10 RBIs. 3 walks, 14 strikeouts. That first pitch is strike to Bova. Bova leads the team with 10 stolen bases in 12 attempts. Flashed the bunt there, pulled it back for ball 1. 1-1 your count. Dane Hoffman now, after 2 innings pitched, has 39 pitches under his belt. I think that was fouled off the umpire's toe. 39 pitches, he's given up 2 hits and has 3 strikeouts, 0 walks for Dane Hoffman. 1-2 the count now to Bova. Tony, a senior from Anderson, Indiana. Just outside of Indianapolis. I believe that's where the horse track is at Anderson, Indiana. Bova waits on it, rips it into left field. Lead off, 1 out single now. That was Tony Bova. Cougs now with 2 hits to match Siena Heights. That brings up Matt Vollmer, the senior catcher. Vollmer, a .250 batting average, 6 hits, 1 run scored, and 24 at-bats with 1 RBI, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Vollmer does a great job here with the Cougar pitchers. Vollmer, 5'8", 175 pounds from Kitchener, Ontario. 1-0's the count. They'll check Bova back at first. In this situation, it's really just a matter of time before Bova takes off.
There's one that went over on that field, too.
That one's going to get away from the catcher on the wild pitch as Bova takes second. 2-0's the count. Acquista just threw that one a little bit too high for his catcher, Colin Bammer. Had the gas working as well. Once again, low in the zone for strike 1 to Vollmer. 2-1's your count. So this umpire likes him low in the zone. Acquista just 1 strikeout in this game. That was Frymuth swinging. Bunt attempt as Bova goes back to second. 2-2's the count. The 2-2 to Vollmer. Inside, that one gets away from the catcher. That would be a pass ball. As Bova takes third. Right off the catcher's mitt. So Bova now in serious scoring position with 1 out. With a full count to Matt Vollmer. Swing and a miss for out number 2. Second strikeout of the game for Acquista. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail drilled it to the third baseman, Olson, in his first AB. Unfortunately, Olson fielded it cleanly and threw him out. Oh, and that's going to hit the back of the left leg of Mikhail McCowan. Runners at first and third now for Tyler Prince. Be a nice time for Tyler to drive one into right center field. He'll spray the ball all over the field. One of the top hitters in the Crossroads League, one of the top hitters in Fort Wayne. He certainly was in high school. So that'll be a called first strike. McCowan 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts on the season. That one low and inside. We're evened up at 1 apiece. McHale is off, and he will take second. McCowan with his 3rd stolen base of the season. One and 2 now, the count to Prince. So Prince battling at the dish, trying to get Bova and McCowan in. Base hit into the outfield, most likely scores both, as McCowan can fly on the base pass. Ball in the dirt, 2 and 2 is the count.
Hey, quality at bat. Good job, Princey. Go work, Prince. Try move. Try. Go, Prince.
Prince had an RBI double in the 1st inning, last time out against Madonna. And you guessed it, that scored McCowan from first base as he drilled it into right center field. 3 and 2, we're full to Tyler Prince. Full count. Yeah! Prince takes that one inside. We got bases juiced for Harold Wolf. Great opportunity for Wolf to hit his 1st home run of the season and add to his 10 RBI. Harold with a slugging percentage of .340 on the season. Big time opportunity here for the junior first baseman. First one's called strike. For St. Francis, heck of a junior class here with Frymuth, Harris, Wolf. Dane Hoffman's about the lone senior now. Hoffman, Vollmer. Swing and a miss. That's going to get away from the catcher as Bova's going to come home to score the 1st run of the game. Prince to 2nd, McCowan to 3rd. Cougs up.
Good job, Harold.
1-0.
Great job, Prince. Good job, Bo. Here you go, Bo.
So Wolf goes down, but the Cougs get their 1st run of the game. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. 1-0. St. Francis.
You're good, baby.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between.
Welcome back here on the top of the third. St. Francis up 1-0 to Siena Heights. It's going to be the leadoff batter. This is Nate. That is 24, Brennan Baker. Fly to left field for out number 1. One up, one down for Hoffman. Brings the plate Trevor Hulvey. Hulvey, who had a single and reached second base back in the first inning. Oh, 1 now to Hulvey. Hoffman, 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. 1-1's your count. Hulvey, once again, a .333 batting average entering today. 4 hits and 12 ABs with 3 runs scored.
Just click it again and again. There you go. You're good. Ball.
2-1 now from Hoffman. Looking at Dane's numbers. He had a season-high 5 strikeouts at Cumberland's back on February the 15th. 2-hop chop over to Harris. Get him. We're out number 2.
Great talk.
Brady Harris over to Wolf. That'll bring up Brendan Green, the first baseman. He flew out to the center fielder, Noah Frymuth, in his first AB. We'll see if I can do something to fix this camera. Ball driven into right center field. Picked up by McCowan. 2-out single. Brendan Green. Brings up Connor McCoy, who struck out back in the first inning. First pitch swung on. Bova for out number 3. Cougars rolling here. Up 1-0 in the bottom of the third.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
New pitcher for the Saints, it's Marcus Beeson. 2.84 ERA in 6.1 innings pitched. He's given up 2 runs, both earned, 5 hits with 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. Opposing batters are batting .227 against Marcus Beeson. Where's number 34? He's a sophomore at 5'10", 160. He's from St. Louis, Michigan. Leading off for St. Francis in the bottom of the third is Tanner Gaff. He walked in his first AB. Checks that first pitch for strike number 1. Catches the outside corner, 0-2 now to Gaff. Gets him looking. Looked a little outside.
Hey, you're fine, Tanner. Let's go.
It's going to bring up number 33, Noah Frymuth, who struck out swinging in his first AB.
Come on, Fry. Come on, Fry. Come on, Fry. Oh, yeah.
Come on, 1-0 now to Frymuth. Beeson, the righty. Just a sophomore.
Hit it again.
1-1 now.
Is that good? It was blank.
That ball is ripped into the left center field. Tracking it down is Nolf. Frymuth going to be oh, he's safe as the tag is missed at second base. Noah Frymuth. That'll bring up Jack Harris. First pitch low and inside. Frymuth nearly took third. Harris grounded out to the third baseman Olson in his first AB. (2-0) now. Jack Harris. They're going to call the, got a big strike zone here for the umpire. Jack Harris 0 for 2 last time out against Madonna. That ball ripped into left field. Frymuth waved home to score on the RBI single by Jack Harris, scoring Noah Frymuth, and the Cougs go up 2-0. That'll bring the plate Brady Harris. Brady Harris, a long fly ball into left field in his first AB. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. On deck, it's Tony Bova. Brady rips that one right down the left field line. Jack Harris heading for third. And he's safe. That ball gets away from Olsen. Big time double by Brady Harris. We have runners in scoring position. Brings up Bova, who's 1 for 1. Bova reached second on a wild pitch, reached third on a pass ball, and scored on a pass ball. Folks, you want to get on the St. Francis Twitter handle for all your Cougar highlights, or the USF baseball fan page on Facebook. Bova rips it right at Olsen. And he's, oh, he looks safe to me. That was right in front. Good double play there by Olsen. We'll head to the top of the fourth.
Hey, Anthony.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Knipster shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, folks. Here in the top of the fourth inning, it's Logan Nolf, the center fielder, to lead it off. He was 2 for 6 with a run scored in the first series against St. Francis. Was hit by a pitch and reached third base in his first AB. 1-0's the count. Beautiful pitch by Hoffman. 1-1 your count. St. Francis with 5 hits, 2 runs. Siena Heights 3 hits, 0 runs. That ball's hit out of play.
Just let them know they are pros. We trust everybody.
They're wanting Harris to jump for that last ball. 1-2's the count. That ball's ripped into right field. McCowan, that will get down. You can see that ball just died. McCowan was looking to field it on the hop, and then he had to run up after it. So Nolf with the leadoff single. Brings up the DH Overaker.
Hey, ground ball, Dan. Let's go, kid.
First pitch inside, ball one. Last year is Indiana Tech winning the WAC with a 24-4 conference record. UNOH was 24-5, and Madonna 22-6. They are top heavy in the WAC. Here in 2019, Concordia with a 16-6 overall record. Lawrence Tech 15-7. Indiana Tech 13-8. Ball drilled into left. Harris camping underneath it. Actually has to come in for out number one. Looks like Cornerstone has 6 games under their belt so far this year. They're 3-3. Definitely not the best. Cougars with 20 games under their belt, just 6 games for Cornerstone. Brings up Nick Olson, the third baseman. First one fouled away by Olson, 0-1.
I'm about to just stand out there.
Hoffman has given up 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 56 pitches under his belt. Olson with the runner at first. That ball hit at Bova, flips it to Harris. 4, 6, 3, double play as the Cougs get out of the 4th, up 2-0.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back. Cougs up 2-0 on 5 hits. 4 hits for the Halos. Got a new pitcher, Robert Oliver III, at 8.31 ERA in 8.2 innings pitched. Has given up 8 runs, all earned, and 10 hits, 9 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Opposing batters are batting .278 against Robert Oliver III. Leading off for St. Francis will be Matt Ballmer. Struck out swinging in his first AB back in the 2nd. For the senior catcher, Matt Ballmer. Ballmer so far on the season, 6 hits. He does not have a multi-hit game yet. Looking to take care of that today. Swing and a miss by Vollmer. 0-2 is your count. Oliver, the lefty. This ball's drilled into center. Nolf is on it for out number 1. Brings up Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail was hit by a pitch in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 in this game. First pitch from Oliver, right down the pipe for strike number 1. Oliver, 5'9", 175 from Romulus, Michigan, Woodhaven High School, his stomping grounds. Oliver getting up on these batters. 0-2 now to McCowan. Foul that off the backstop. Oh, 2 with 1 out here. The bottom of the 4th, Cougs up 2-0. They get him looking for out number 2. Brings up Tyler Prince. Siena Heights with the gray button-ups. Oliver, I don't even think he has a ball thrown yet in this inning. Another strike. It's about as efficient as it gets here for Robert Oliver III. The ball hit and fielded. So that's one heck of an inning there by number 9, I must say. Still though, Cougs up 2-0. So we head to the top of the 5th.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Four hits for Siena Heights. 5 hits, 2 runs for St. Francis. It's going to be Weston Cook to lead it off. Second baseman.
I need one of those guys down here to get foul balls. We're not just going to hang in the bullpen. We're just not gonna hang in the bullpen.
Senior, 5'8", 150 pounds from Yukon, Oklahoma, Yukon High School. First pitch in there for a strike from Dane Hoffman. Hoffman with 60 pitches under his belt has given up 4 hits and has 3 strikeouts. Pretty clean game here. Cook One to Chase on the outside pitch. 1-1 your count.
Do those players auto-populate on Game Changer? Like, did Siena Heights put in the roster, or the names are all over the place? Yeah, they just don't match up. Now, and I was looking at the past series, and it was the same thing.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
3-1's the count. Hit into shallow right center. Leadoff single by Weston Cook. Cook, who reached back in the second on a fielder's choice. That brings up Colin Bammer. Struck out in his first AB back in the second. Cook does not have a stolen base attempt on the season. Matter of fact, Siena Heights as a team, 3 of 7 in stolen base attempts. St. Francis 29 of 38. Bunt was popped straight up, just off the backstop. Vollmer was on it, just ran out of real estate, hit the fence about 10 feet up in the air. Bunt attempt pulled back, but that's in for a strike. 0-2's the count. Gaff, the third baseman, still going to play shallow. Normal setup for the middle infield. Once again, pulls the bunt back. That misses outside. 1-2's the count. And let it roll. Wolf's got it. He'll make the tag. Advance into second. Did not look like that ball was going to roll foul. I was hoping initially maybe it would. So the umpire just explaining there that you can run backwards as long as you don't run through the horizontal line down on first base. Brings up the leadoff batter, Brendan Baker. Smart play there by Bammer, giving Cook a little extra time. That one, that one was thrown behind Baker for ball one. 1-0 with one out. A little bit too low in the zone. Too low for the umpire. Be 2-0 the count. This guy behind the plate likes him low in the zone. Cougars with the white bottoms, blue tops with their name on the back. St. Francis has 3 different uniforms. That ball is drilled. McCowan catches it right at the warning track. Great job by McCowan to get his footing back there. Looked like he almost pulled a hamstring or something, or quad. His back foot, plant foot, just slid. Once again, that sod is soft. Matter of fact, they've closed down the World Baseball Academy except for St. Francis. How nice is that? Coach Butch is going to talk with Hoffman. Make sure all is well. 2 outs. Your batter is going to be Trevor Hulvey, number 4. He's 1 for 2. had a single back in the first. He hit the first hit of the game. Last year, it was Brendan Green with a .357 batting average. He led the team with players with more than 90 at-bats. Brendan Baker had a .357 batting average. Not seeing Halvey on here. That's because he's a freshman. Takes that first pitch inside for strike one. Big shortstop is Halvey, 6'1", 180. They got a cornerstone piece here for Siena Heights. Vollmer so solid behind the plate. 1-1's your count. It's Weston Cook at third, trying to get the first run of the game for Siena Heights. Ball down low, 2-1. Thank goodness for that fence there. That ball was ripped right into the Siena Heights dugout. Well, would have been into the Siena Heights dugout. If we were at Cougar Field on the campus, that would have been in the dugout. That would have shaved the top of somebody's head. 2-2's the count. Full count. Big one here to Halvey, the freshman. Big shortstop. Inside. So we got runners at the corners now with 2 outs. For Brendan Green. Green flew out to center field and singled his first 2 ABs. 1 for 2. Hoffman's first pitch right at the knees for strike number 1. Once again, St. Francis scheduled to have a single game against Indiana Wesleyan tomorrow, a doubleheader on Saturday, then 2 at Cornerstone on Tuesday. That ball is ripped right down the right field. Foul.
Yeah! Good strike, man.
That's going to be a wet baseball there. 0-2's the count.
Hey, way ahead, Seven, way ahead.
Head coach for Siena Heights, John Kolinski, in his 31st season with the Halos. That ball, McCowan got turned around but makes the grab. Great job on McCowan. Stuck his left hand out there, plucked it out of the air. Head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Cougs.
What do you got? Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp
and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Well, here in the bottom of the fifth, you guys want to take a look at that catch by McHale. It was fantastic. That's Green at the plate, one of the best hitters in the country. Goes Oppo. You see McHale had turned to his right first, had to switch it around and threw his left hand out there and made the grab. That preserves the 2-0 lead. If that would have got away from McCowan, 2 runs would have scored. Halvey would have scored from first, and of course Cook would have walked in from third. We have another new pitcher. How are you going to take out Oliver after the inning that he had? And once I see this guy's number, I'll let you know who it is. I do know it's Harold Wolf at the dish. 0 for 1 with a walk. Fouls that off. Pitcher's number 5. Tristan Roth. Ross, a junior at 5'10", 185 from Woodville, Ohio. 0-2 now to Wolf. Roth, a 1.29 ERA with 14 innings pitched under his belt. 2 runs, both of those earned, 14 hits given up. 6 walks, 14 strikeouts, opposing hitters batting .255 against Tristan Roth. Obviously, Siena Heights trying to get as many pitchers in as possible today. See how deep they go. Wolf drills that ball into right field. Leadoff batter aboard. Single into right. I'll bring up number 25, Tanner Gaff. Pinch running for Wolf's going to be Justice Tussing, number 17. Tussing is 2 for 4 in stolen base attempts on the season.
Harry!
Wolf's single is the 6th hit of the game for St. Francis.
Right here, right here.
St. Francis had 8 hits in their first game against Siena Heights and 8 hits in the second game. Tanner Gaff, a walk and a strikeout in this game, over 1. 1-0 is the count.
Good, Tanner, good.
Gaff up in the count now, 2-0. Tussing back easily to first. 2-1 your count to Tanner Gaff. Evened up at 2 apiece now. Gaff, the junior from Columbia City, Indiana, went to Whitco High School, the Wildcats. Wildcats with a K. That's how Whitco does it. 2-2's the count. That ball picked up by Halvey in center. Route number 1. Brings up Noah Frymuth, the center fielder. Oh, excuse me, that was Nolf out there. Logan Nolf, number 41. He's a junior. Halvey is the shortstop, freshman shortstop. Frymuth struck out swinging back in the first, had a double and scored a run back in the third. It's Tussing at first. Siena Heights, Aquista went 2 innings. Beeson 1. Oliver 1. We'll see how long Roth goes. Ooh. That mound is definitely torn up a little bit. Year number 2 at this complex. Apparently right there by the rubber they have a sheet that you just rip off and replace, I guess. You can definitely tell, especially on field number 1 where the Cougs been playing all their games. It's a big indentation where the pitcher's lead foot comes down. Fry rips that one into center. He is a hitting machine. That'll move Tussing to second. Cougs' 7th hit of the game. Frymuth is really coming into form here. Looking like a all-Crossroads League first-team performer if he keeps it up at this rate. He's playing some good ball. He played pretty much every position. It's Jack Harris at the plate. For St. Francis, mostly he's been pitching. He'll be a relief pitcher. He's played left field. Now really solidifying himself in center field. Check swing. He's safe on that one. Jack Harris, who had a grounded out in the first inning, knocked in Noah Frymuth on the RBI single. Then advanced to third base after the double by Brady Harris. Harris up in this one 3-0 with runners at first and second, just 1 out. Could this be a big inning for the Cougs? Scored 1 in the second and 1 in the third. That'll be fouled out of play.
Come on, Jackie! Let's go, Jack. He just fouled out. Come on, Jackie!
Excuse me, 2-2's your count.
Back. Come on, Jack! Come on, Jackie! I'm just saying, like.
That ball be fouled out of play for Harris. Six 6'1", 190 is Harris from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Dwenger High School. My high school. Oh, this ball's drilled right at the center fielder. Tussing is going to hold up at second. Good call there. Nolf with a big arm for the 6'5" center fielder. He's not short. With 2 outs, brings up Brady Harris. Brady last AB was a double and he smoked it into left field. 1-2's your count.
on, Brady, let's go, kid.
Roth right down the pipe. 0-1. Hit into the gap, could easily score both runners. Frymuth and Tussing had the speed on the base pass.
Come on, Brady, let's go. Whatever it takes, let's go now. Good, Brady.
Good stop there by the catcher. Bammer. One and two with 2 outs. That one gets away from Bammer. Both runners advance on the wild pitch. 2-2's the count.
So hold on now.
Synchronized running on the base pass there for Frymuth, and Tussing on the wild pitch, man, the ball in the dirt. 2-2.
Thank you, boys.
Here you go, Brady.
Swing and a miss. We head to the top of the second. 2-0.
Let's go, we're fine.
Cougars.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Intermission shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown. Welcome back, everyone. Here in the top of the sixth, the new pitcher is Kyle Zabarski, the senior at 6'2", 210 from Willoughby, Ohio. Transfer from Lakeland Community College. Zabarski, a 4.11 ERA and 15.1 innings pitched, has given up 9 runs, only 7 earned. 10 hits, 6 walks, 14 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting 182 against Kyle Zabarski. Great start to this game by Dane Hoffman.
Is that a meeting? Oh, no, because it's under the 2.
Scoreboard's up to 18 innings. Hoffman, 5 innings pitched, 80 pitches under his belt, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk for Dane Hoffman. We're going to get that scoreboard figured out. That's Connor McCoy. 1 pitch, 1 out. Frymuth, can of corn. Brings up Logan Nolf, the tall center fielder, the junior. Swings at the first pitch. That'll be fouled for strike 1. Nolf was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Had a single back in the fourth, but unfortunately for Nolf, he was a part of the 4-6-3 double play. Bova to Brady Harris to Harold Wolf. Nolf was a lead runner in that DP. 1-1 your count with 1 out. Check. Nolf was good. 2-1 your count. Nolf is from Monroe, Michigan, St. Mary's Catholic Central High School. (3-1) now. Kyle Zabarski, the senior. 3-hop over to Harris. Gets him for out number 2. Great play by Brady Harris. That'll bring up number 15, Riley Overaker, the DH. Overaker struck out looking back in the second. Flew out to left fielder Jack Harris back in the fourth. That ball is drilled into right field and gone. A round tripper for Riley Overaker. First run of the game here for Siena Heights. That's their 6th hit. So for Riley Overaker, it's his first home run of the season. Logan Knopf already has 2 home runs. Swing and a miss for Olson. 0-1 your count. Olson with a single back in the second, grounded out to the shortstop. And that double play. Actually, I guess that would have been Bova. Bova to Wolf. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today. Welcome back. Siena Heights getting on the board. Riley Overaker. 1-run jack. 1 run on 6 hits for Siena Heights. 2 runs on 7 hits for St. Franny. Leading off for the Cougs will be Bova, Vollmer, then the top of the order, Mikhail McCowan. Looks like Nagy might be pinch hitting here for Vollmer. Jacob Nagy. Nagy's always a good AB for the junior catcher. Here at World Baseball Academy Diamond 2. We go 310 down the right field line, 330 to right field. So that home run probably traveled about 350. 377 to dead center, 334 to the left field power alley, and 305 down the left field line. Of course, there's a road right there and a sidewalk. Bova. Fouls off the bunt attempt. 1 for 2 in this game with a single and a run scored back in the second inning. In one of the crazier situations I've seen, Bova reached second on a wild pitch, third on a pass ball, and came home to score on a pass ball. And that's something. But he is a heads-up runner on the base paths. 10 stolen bases entering today, a team high for Tony Bova and the Cougs. Checks that one outside. 1-2 your count. 1-2.
Come on. Dude, look at me. Oh, my.
Feel bad for the guys tracking down the foul balls. They got mud all over them. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
Never going down.
Good job, bro.
Nagy did play in that game number 2 against Siena Heights. Was 0 for 3. Another new pitcher. This is number 49, Trevor Willis. Gotta believe we're going to see a few of these guys in game number 2. Willis is senior at 6 foot 180, Tecumseh, Michigan, his hometown. Willis with a 14.54 ERA. He's given up 8 runs, 7 earned, 10 hits, and 4.1 innings pitched. 0 walks, 2 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting .556 against Willis. Bova, full count at the dish. He'll draw the walk. The question is, will he take second? Will he take second? First walk of the game for Bova and Trevor Willis. Brings up Matt Vollmer. Matt Vollmer coming up to the dish, 0 for 2 in this game. Saw Nagy warming up there, swinging a few. Didn't know if he was going to get in to pinch hit. Vollmer flashed the bunt, pulls it back and takes the strike, 0-1. Bova's off at first. Beautiful bunt by Vollmer. Nobody at first base. Now it's Bova to third, and he's safe. And a ball almost into the dugout. What a play. How about it? Matt Vollmer, that was about the best looking bunt that I've seen. Looked like a Tony Bova bunt. Jordan Siddon's going to come in to run for Vollmer. Brings up Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail 0 for 2, struck out looking in his last AB. How about that bunt there by Matt Vollmer and the heads-up base running by Tony Bova. Outstanding. Trevor Willis feeling a little bit of pressure here with 0 outs. Runners at second and third.
Everybody has a difference. Make up your mind.
Infield playing in. McCowan still hitting the ball hard, entering today with a .265 batting average. I feel bad for these outfielders because it's not easy, and the majority of them have been hit McCowan's way. And I mean, it's not easy. I'm just talking about the sod out there in the outfield. It's soft. Sod was just put in about a year ago. But once again, you know, the ground's still thawing. It's really been thawing solid for the last 5 days, I'd say. Big cut. Mikhail, that one, get out of play. Olsen's right there and makes a snag. Out number 1. FO5 brings up Tyler Prince. Prince 1 for 2 in this game, had a single in the first and walked in the second. Grounded out to the pitcher back in the fourth. Bova looking for his second run of the game. Tony's got his hand warmers out there. Smart man. You know, even though it rained earlier today, the guys are saying, you know, ground balls, the ball's not picking up any of the rain. In the outfield, that's a different story. Comes back with a mud clot on it. Prince right down the right field line. Oh, man. That ball was slicing. I told you about Prince. He hits the ball all over the field. 0-2 is your count. Always a quality at-bat for Tyler Prince, who leads the Cougs with a .513 on-base percentage. That sidearm delivery goes up and in. 1-2 is your count. 49, Trevor Willis on the bump. Aquista went the first 2 innings. After that, Siena Heights has had a new pitcher every single inning. Prince drills that ball to right center field, caught at the warning track. Coming home to score will be Tony Bova on the sacrifice fly by Tyler Prince. Cougs up 3-1. Advancing to third base will be Jordan Siddons. For your Cougars, that'll be the 8th hit of the game, the 3rd run. Harold Wolf, your batter. Takes that for a strike. Wolfie 1 for 2, had a single and reached third base back in the 5th. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Wolf a .283 batting average entering today. For QB1. Chopper goes foul. Olsen trying to track it down there at third. Boy, Tyler Prince just sat back on that pitch and ripped it to right center. Swing and a miss. Route number 3. We head to the top of the 7th, 3-1. Cougs on top.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back. Kyle Zabarski still on the bump for St. Francis. Nope, that's Caden Sullivan. Zabarski got 1 inning in. Now Sullivan going to go to work. Caden also a third baseman for the Cougs. Has a 0.0 ERA. In 3.2 innings pitched, he's given up 1 run and it was not earned. 3 hits, 2 walks, 0 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting .250. It's Caden Sullivan, the sophomore. Everybody else remains the same for the Cougs. Leading it off here for the Halos is number 11, Weston Cook. Nope, we got a pinch hitter, number 13, Snyder Torres. Cook was 1 for 2 in the game. Torres drills the first pitch out to Frymouth. The Crossroads League Player of the Week, Noah Frymouth. And we got a pinch hitter here for Bammer. It's going to be number 12, David Pietriga.
Hi, babe.
0-1's your count with 1 out. Check swing. Low and inside, 1-1. Assistant coaches for Siena Heights is Michael O'Sullivan, Kevin Ketvertis. Frymouth with another putout. That'll bring up Brendan Baker. And Connor Parcels are your assistant coaches for Siena Heights. For St. Francis, Christian Gade and Michael Edding. Sullivan doing well up there on the bunt. On the bump, 0-1's your count. Starting to get chilly here at the World Baseball Academy Ash Center, diamond number 2, Cougar Field. Sully's got what he wants on the second selection. 1-2 now to Brendan Baker. 2 outs. Sullivan looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. That'd be the second one of the game for St. Francis. Hoffman had a 1-2-3 after that 4-6-3 double play back in the 4th. Oh, nice job by Wolf, beating it down with his chest. Flips it over to Frymouth for out number 3. Cougs up 3-1. Cougs win 3-1. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back shortly with game number 2. For Siena Heights, 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. For St. Francis, 3 runs on 8 hits, 0 errors, as the Cougs pick up their 7th win of the season, 3-1 over Siena Heights.